Hello and welcome back to Black Eyes version 10.33 and the China campaign. And, well, just at the end of the last episode, when we thought things were going so well, they've launched a general offensive with a huge amount of units and battles I'm worried about. Let's play that game. This one here at Jigangshan. Please tell me if you think that sounds right. And Longshuan, maybe. Yeah, I'm worried about both of these. I mean, I can probably reinforce this battle with these units. So this one we can handle. This one's getting reinforcements, and we've got a tank unit in there, so good news. This one we might be able to do something with, but unfortunately they're attacking directly above it, which doesn't particularly help matters. And yeah, I mean, actually, off camera, I just did a little bit of reading up actually on von Falkenhausen, and what an interesting individual actually. If you get a chance, just have a look at his wiki page on Wikipedia. But of course, served in a role sort of advising the Chinese military for the better part of what looks like 5 to 6 years. Serving alongside at one point Hans von Seeckt, who of course is the very famous sort of early war, interwar year German general that led to a lot of the reorganization in Germany. But as a person, he's very interesting. He was decorated with an award in China, seemed to have a lot of Chinese friends and things, but was appointed after serving as an infantry commander on the Western Front, I believe, during World War II, the military governor of Belgium, and his uncle actually served that role during World War II. But it's interesting reading, you know, the little information that's on Wikipedia, and to be honest, maybe I need to do some background reading, but on there it seems to suggest that he actually fought against the Nazis somewhat and helped some of the Belgian resistance and things, which, you know, I don't know much about it. I mean, Wikipedia is always a little bit dodgy. You know, I don't want to put anything out there that's incorrect. But just based purely on that, on a first read, it seems like while he did a lot of negative things, there were at least a couple of glimmers of positivity in there. In that it looks like he did actively protect some people from, you know, a Jewish background from persecution from the Nazis and the gas chambers. From what I can read, it doesn't look like he was 100% successful, though, because I think Heydrich looks like he got his way from 1942 regarding the deportation of Belgian Jews or from Belgium. So it's a very, you know, a bit of a sad story, but it looks like he was close to some of the anti-Hitler the plotters in 1944. So yeah, an interesting man actually, and in a way I'm glad he's fighting for the heroes in China against the Japanese. But yeah, a very interesting read by the looks of it from what I could look at online. As I say, I don't think that's probably the whole story, but you know, I'll it's really difficult with German figures actually to put them in context, because of course the vast majority of them were monsters, but every now and then there'll be someone like this person where maybe they did as much as they could without being killed, and you can make the argument that you should never serve, you know, a country regardless, but he served Germany. He was obviously a patriot. I personally still think he's probably on that, you know, if he's being weighed on the scales of morality, he's got to be weighed badly still. But, you know, it's really tough sometimes. You know, if you have someone that might have made a positive impact. I mean, reading it seems like at his trial, some Belgian Jews did stand up and say he helped us, which, you know, I guess even if you can save one life, you know, you've done something right. So yeah, it's really that's a tough one. It's got an interesting story. I wonder if there's like a book about him at all, or something. That would, I think, be quite an interesting read. But regardless, there's a little bit of historical context historical info about that particular person in this episode. But yeah, we're looking worried is how I would describe how I feel at the moment. I can start moving these units up and around, I think. Or maybe I'm better sending you... Who's quicker? You're both equally as shit. You know what? Let's have these guys replace them in the front line. So the 14th, and you're going to get there on the 18th. So it's going to take you a good few days to get in, but let's send as many units as we can. And you know what? Because we need to win this battle. That's the long and short of it. So really, we need to get all the support that we can into this battle. But he is doing a stellar job just in the video game of holding down this city. Single-handedly serving it. And you know what? I think these tank units should head this way. We're going to have to go all in. For definite. And their air force is starting to tell. Now, the only problem is we might run out of manpower. Because we're only getting 18 a month, and... Oh, that was a victory. So... Ah, that's this battle. That is good news, actually, because I was worried about that one. I'm worried about this one as well. I'm worried about all the battles, ladies and gentlemen. I'm worried about them all. They're all worrying. Another unit I don't think would do much harm there, to be honest. Probably going to beat them back. But no, I wanted to look him up because at the end of the last episode I was like, oh, he's a hero and stuff. But I didn't want to say that without like making sure that he wasn't, you know, as far as like on the scale of German generals and things being evil. I didn't want him to be, you know, like really like a monster. Like, I'm sure he did a lot of monstrous things, but what I mean is that there are levels, and you know, I didn't want to be saying someone was a hero if they were, you know, convicted of, you know, not just war crimes, but above and beyond that. So, after reading up on him, it's interesting that he, while not being probably the, you know, not, no, definitely wasn't the worst of the worst, is what I'm trying to say. Looks like he did actually manage to save some lives, which, you know, is kind of amazing in its own way. Ooh, this battle is... Because where they attack us with marines and things, it never looks good. We always look like we're struggling. So when are you arriving? Yeah, the 16th. Ooh. There he is. Right, we lost 28,000, which is pretty amazingly, you know, crazy. But the Japanese lost 77,000. And, yeah, they've been beaten back completely. So, good news. And speaking of good news, let's send that tank division that was going to go there. Let's send them back, I think. That battle does not look good, though. That one looks horrifying. They're being attacked by tanks, but they have got anti-tank. So it's not a complete one-sided affair. Right, yeah, we've got these guys heading in. And 8 o'clock on the 16th is when we're going to see some extra guys pop in there. Yeah, they are struggling to beat back tank units. That does appear to be the case. Ooh. Ooh. No. Yeah, we need those tanks. Go on. Jump in, please. Hurry up. Get in there. There we go. We've got one. And then you guys are still reinforcing, but... Yeah, it was looking a little bit, a little bit dicey there for a sec. Right, and then let's see if we can't get our planes up. Just do a bit of air intercept on this battle. Yeah, we've got an extra unit just making our way over, and yeah, 5 against 1. Looks like it's doing alright. It's going to be 2 on 2 there in a minute. Yeah, it's not the greatest situation that we find ourselves in here. Do I have another unit anywhere else? No. Right, and then we're going to get our Soviet equipment in a minute. Okay, so another win there. Ah, this was up in the north. I must say, I'm not that worried about the north. We seem to be able to hold the line up here really easily, and yet down here it seems to be a problem, even though the terrain is near identical, and yet, you know, down here it seems to be a problem. Doesn't really make a lot of sense. Explain that to me, game. Now, I have put everything into officers, purely because our officer ratio is now sitting at 80%. It's way too low. But I am doing mountain infantry, because a couple of mountain units would make a real difference. Okay, another battle in the north that we just won, but again, not that bothered, to be honest. I don't think that's anything too special. You know, if this tank division gets taken out, then we are, I think, well and truly boned. If that tank division gets killed. Because right now that's the only thing keeping these units in the fight. I mean, they're facing off against 3 Marine divisions, and they are actually winning, which, you know, that's pretty good going. Ooh, 64. 64 is not fun. No, no. Might as well bring you in. They're both so weak. I don't really want to move him out, but to be honest, I think he's the only one that could turn that battle around. I mean, this battle down here is also cursed. Got another couple of units. You know what? Let's bring them in. We might as well let that battle tick as long as possible. I'm gonna win that. This one, though, is worrying for a whole different set of reasons. They're still very far away, I think, from our capital. So that at least is some good news. We're not going to be capitulating anytime soon. It is going to be a grinding nightmare. But still doesn't fill me with confidence, to be honest. Let's get a few more units out. Just the tanks. They are literally the only thing holding this together. Although that infantry unit just bit the dust. Ooh. A couple of units just... problems. We got problems. Okay, yeah, we didn't really need you to shatter, please. That was not in the script. We've got a lot of units at breaking point down here. I am not sure. I am not sure on this. We're going to win that. We need to reinforce that one. Probably you. You're probably best placed. I think this line might be buckling. Now, we've got another possibility at Guangzhou. So, something like this. Maybe. So, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 tiles against how many have we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But we'll be gaining a couple of extra units. There's a river crossing here. They'll be attacking into urban, which has got very good modifiers. Yeah, minus 65. Yeah, so actually that might be defensible. Besides, the Brits are right there. Maybe if they get involved in the war sort of sooner rather than later, that might make a difference. Yep, so that militia unit is nearly in. And we're waiting for those units to get in. Okay. We actually killed more than we lost, but that's the signal that we need to fall back. Okay. And that will actually mean we have to fall back even further than I thought. Okay. Okay, we've got a lot of units that are in a really bad way at the moment. And this battle we're losing as well. So where's the next best line? Probably... So probably this one. So 1, 2... Is there a province? Yeah, so you're not actually involved. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so this one. So something like this. Let's draw it out. So we're going to be doing a new one, I think. 1938. Full back position. And I think it's going to go something like this. So okay, so we're losing the... So we're losing the sort of Hong Kong springboard, so to speak. But if we can get all of our units out, we've shortened the front line from 1 to... So we'll have shortened it from... So we'll have gone from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 provinces to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9... Yeah, so we've gone from 12 to 11. So plus we'll have picked up another couple of units. Okay, we're doing it. We are falling back again. Oh, just when you thought we might have finally got ourselves into a position that was a little bit more friendly. Oh well. To be fair, you know, we really did look pretty good on that position for a while. You know, at the end of the day, you win some, you lose some, and I've been, you know, we've held there for a pretty decent amount of time. So, you know what? I'm gonna accept this defeat, because in the grand scheme of things, this line's done its job. You know what? Where are you going? You're going to there. Let's position you here. Let's get behind that river. You four need to desperately get back because you are in a real world of hurt. And I think, you know what? Maybe you need to start heading north towards the capital. Or at least, yeah, like that. When did we get them? I have no memory of getting these units. But hey, we will take extra units. And you know what you can do? You can go over to this place here, because there's only 2 in that one. And then I think we need to get you guys back behind the river ASAP. We need to get the hell out of Dodge, I think. Now, I'm doing this a little bit earlier than I probably originally wanted to, but hey. If it's a choice between this and getting completely ruined, we're going to go with this. Now, we need to hold probably up here in the north for a little bit longer, but I am going to bring these units out. You know what? We're not being attacked anywhere. We need to probably just get these units just out of Dodge, and you guys can just retreat in a parallel line, and then we can take our hero and get him into there. So you guys are actually in a pretty good spot. Let's bring them round. You guys as well need to fall back. Okay, so we're falling back all across the line now. We've won some battles. We're going to let these guys retreat, and then we're going to let these tanks, I think, just soak up a little bit more pressure just to give our units enough time to fall back. The quicker they get out of there, the better. And Hangshe, not too bad. Doing well. Putting a good job in. Yeah, they're under attack. So let's take the German trained units and get them to fall back. because we need them out. We need these guys to get out. Okay, tanks and things, you can fall back. And you know what? Let's take you 5. Head there, please. The rest of you head to here. And then we need more units for the defense of this city. And then we can re-equalize the front. Which one was it? Was it this one? That, yeah, you haven't got any units in there. So you know what? U5 actually head to that one. Yeah, and we're going to get all of our units out. I am determined for our units to escape. If I have to sacrifice that single conscript unit to get every single other unit out, then that is what will happen. Right, he's going to get there on the 31st. And let's retreat these units back just a tad. Let's retreat like that. Because we want to buy as much time as we can. Yeah, you can go there. Front line is slowly but surely materializing, especially down here in the south. We're getting sort of nearly there. You know what? I'm actually going to leave them in the town. Yeah, we're 1-2 provinces ahead of them at the moment. Conscripts. Right, you can head that way. That way. That way. That way. Go on, retreat. Everyone get out. Yeah, we just lost the Battle of Nankang, but not really important. The main thing is that we get these units all out. Let's bring you north. 1st of June. At what point can I give these guys the runaway order? I think now. It's been a major loss, but we got them out, and yeah, you guys, we need a new front line from you pretty much ASAP. And we can't afford to be overrun. Right, you guys head that way. And then all of the militia, I think. We want them to reach safety. Come on, take your time. Slow and steady.